Good morning. My name is Nishu Yadav. I am from IIM Trichy, PGPM 2527 batch. My roll number is 2501277. Today I am going to be presenting my IEP assignment, the topic of which is the income inequality in India. The richest 1% of India own 40% of the country's total wealth. The poorest 50% share just 3%. In fact, a major 2024 report found that inequality in India is today worse than what it was under the British colonial rule. That is what we are going to talk about. Right after independence in 1947, India was actually becoming more equal. The government took control of railways, banks, and big industries. It taxed the rich heavily and kept wages in check. By 1982, the richest 1% earned about 6% of the national income, the most equal India had ever been. Then things changed. In 1980s, and especially after the big economic reforms of 1991, the government opened up markets, cut regulation, and removed the inheritance tax. Competition boomed, but so did the gap between rich and poor. India went from being having just one billionaire in 1991 to having 162 in 2022. And today, the top 1% of India share income higher than that even of the US or Brazil. Yes, that is an important part of the story. The people of India living in extreme poverty dropped from 16% in 2012 to 2.3% in 2023. Around 171 million people moved out of poverty in just one decade. Government schemes like the free food distribution, PM Jan Dhan Yojana, and bank account drives for the poor have genuinely helped. But here's the key point: less poverty does not mean less inequality. While the poor got a little more, the rich got a lot more. Billionaires' wealth grew by 280% in just 8 years, 10 times faster than how the economy was actually growing. And every year, the medical bill alone pushed 63 million people into poverty. India is growing, but the gains are not being shared equally. There are three major big reasons for this gap growing. First, education. Good schools are mostly available to those who can afford them. Children from poor families rarely get their same opportunities, so the cycle keeps repeating itself after generation. Second, taxes. Only about 1% of Indians paid income taxes. There is no tax or wealth inheritance there is no tax on wealth inheritance. So the rich keeps on getting richer while a very little is going back into the system. Third, the type of growth in India's boom has mostly been because of the sectors like tech and finance. These are jobs that require degrees and connections. Meanwhile, farming, which employs nearly more than half of the country, has been left behind. On top of all of this, powerful businesses interests make it hard to push through reforms, and too often people mistake a rising GDP as a rising standard of living expenses, which is not the case. There are three clear steps that one can take, or which are recommended from experts. In the next 1 to 3 years, tax the very wealthy more. Like, bring back in the wealth taxes. Make sure that the income data is public, so that people can see what is really happening. And close the gender pay gap. Women in India earn only 63 paisa compared to male, who earn a rupee. In the coming 3 to 6 years, fix public school, especially in the rural areas, so that every child gets a fair shot. Move from a minimum wage to a proper living wage. Make basic healthcare free or affordable, so that medical costs stop pushing these families back into poverty that thrive so hard to move out of poverty. And in the long run, what one can do is build a strong safety net, cash support, health cover, guaranteed job, so that the poverty is not just one bad year away for millions of families. The India's growth story is actually real, but the growth that only reaches the top is not enough. The gap between the rich and poor will not close on its own. It needs the right policies, and more than anything, needs the political will to actually make things happen. Thank you.